It's your favorite guy, JungleTye, back here on another recording. Today we're gonna watch Hassan Campbell disrespect K Flock and Dthang. People are sending us in the DMs wanting us to talk about how Hassan Campbell, it seems like he's very aggressive toward the youth and his evangelical approach. I don't buy a lot of it, but let's tap in and see what he's saying, and then I'll give my 2 cents.
Tell him. I'm definitely going to tell him. All these little soldiers that's about to be locked up, I can't even call them that. All the little degenerate bastards that the Moniquas and the Shaniquas gave birth to, running around, airing the hood out without a care in the world, all the little K Flocks and Dthangs that's pushing and promoting this spell of evil music that's causing all of our children to die on the battlefield. Because the reality of it is what it is, man. These little dudes is committing genocide on each other, even their relatives, K Flock, Dthang, right? And these adults is not getting in these dudes' ears. It's like, who's raising y'all? Y'all wage your war amongst each other and y'all going to jail. And that's the bottom line to that. The bottom line, I don't even understand how the mothers of these little dudes sit back and watch the bodies drop, right? The bodies dropping all over New York. They sit back and they watch these bodies drop. And then they watch their kids get on the internet in front of the TV and get on the internet and claim the bodies. Like, hold up. Where they do that at? Back in the days, mamas used to be outside. Not my baby. My little Bobby Boucher wouldn't do that. Now the little bitch ass niggas is putting the shit all over the internet.
Okay. So let's talk about that real quick. Sorry, I got stuff in my sweater, y'all. You know what I don't like about these guys, a lot of the Hassan Campbells, the Mysons, is that they act as if that what goes on in the streets is so crazy and so far-fetched. And then they like to reference what happened back in the day. And it just, I'm not, and I don't want to make it seem as if I'm promoting or I'm agreeing with the things that happen or what people accuse some of the things that happen with some of these drill artists. What I'm saying is these guys don't get to lay the grenade and then come with an air freshener. If we go back and look at how we got here, is because a lot of these guys praised and a lot of these guys started this culture. Hassan Campbell is a convicted felon, somebody who is literally known for being in these streets. Way when I was a pup and way before I was even probably born. So how dare you guys? How dare y'all act as if you don't understand the culture, know where it's coming from, and then sit back and watch Dipset versus the Locks. You sit back and talk about Dipset versus the Locks. Oh, like that was my era. Things was crazy back then. You don't understand how things was doing it. And in your era, war still existed before your era, and it will exist after your era. That's one thing. Two is the dynamics of gangs is everywhere, and it's whether it's from kids from the hood, any impoverished neighborhood is gonna have gangs. There's gangs, rich gangs. There's all levels of gangs. So it doesn't matter. You're talking about dudes who are on the lower level who are in the midst of attacking themselves. And then you're critiquing it as if you don't understand that, as if you weren't 18 at one point, as if you weren't the ones doing it specifically. It's mind-blowing. It's mind-blowing. It's mind-blowing that you can sit up here and critique these kids as if you weren't the ones putting the fuel in the fire. You started the fire. And now, because you're older and you're more experienced and you're old enough to understand what you were doing is foolish, now you want to tell everybody else who's going through the same stages of life that you were in poverty, that they're foolish And then you, or is it because you don't believe they're foolish? You just really understand. You just want to make $1 for it. See, Hassan Campbell, Charleston White, my son, they all in the same group to me.